Hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way.
Do you feel better?
Why'd you hear record?
Do you feel better?
Yeah, I do. Okay, now that I had like a handful of gummies.
Are you feeling guilty already?
Yes.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to a bonus episode of the Almost Brothers podcast with only one of the Almost Brothers, but also my beautiful wife on this amazing Valentine's Day.
Hello.
Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, my love.
Happy Valentine's Day.
How was your day at the job site?
Very busy.
Yeah.
I try to be as loving as possible. They
As
weren't
as loving. That's funny.
They weren't taking it.
Yeah. They weren't accepting the love.
No, they weren't accepting the love.
That is so funny.
Yeah. They had donuts. I didn't have one, but they had donuts.
How hard was that not to have a donut?
Gosh. Like I had oatmeal and it did not compare.
Right.
I was like trying to think of it.
Act
as
like
a
it was
donut.
donuts.
Yeah. I should have got one and like took a bite of the oatmeal and sniffed the donut.
That's what, yeah, I've seen that before. Like, and then take a bite.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh,
But I didn't.
Well, oatmeal, that was good. Yeah.
It's so rough.
Yeah.
Getting back on it.
Well, especially around there. There's always food and goodies and snacks and
Yeah.
donuts.
And Friday we're having fish.
Oh, that sounds good. From
Catch 22s.
nice.
Dexter.
Very nice.
Yes.
Well, yeah, so on this episode, we're just going to talk about, just love and marriage and love and marriage.
Love, love, love.
Coming up. Well. It's not very often we get just you and me on here.
I know. It's weird.
That's what I was about to say. It feels weird without.
It does feel weird. You're usually looking at Richard.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at me.
Yeah. It's quite a change.
Yeah.
In a good way. Sorry, Rich. I love you, but. Yeah. That's what I was telling him at men's meeting. We don't talk about what happens at men's meeting, but I said this so we could talk about this. Yeah. I was like, just talking about you. I was like, look, y'all, I love y'all, but y'all don't hold a candle to my wife. Like, that is the greatest human being on the planet.
Well, I hope.
I'm just saying.
What gets talked about at the men's meeting stays at the men's meeting?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But like I said, I said that, so I'll share that with you. But that's it. That's all. That's
what do you want?
What? Nothing. What? Brownie points. That's what I told Richard on the last episode. Have you listened to the last episode yet?
No, not yet. You just posted it. You just posted it. Like, I only see it when it comes on Facebook.
I just posted it this morning.
Oh,
it comes out every
day.
Tuesday morning.
I was too busy like showing love and working.
Right. And the ride there?
I was listening to praise and worship music.
Yeah, okay. I guess we'll let that
I'll listen
slide.
to it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all good.
Well, thank you.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not paid to say that.
Right. Thank you. This episode brought to you by Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just talk about a little bit just about our life. Our 17-year anniversary is coming up.
I know.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, and it's getting really, really hard to keep track.
Yeah, especially like the odd years like
Yeah.
that. 15 is easy, 20 will be, but like It's like 17, you have to count back. It's like, okay, carry the one. Wait.
Like once it comes, then I automatically start thinking, all right, well, 18.
Yeah.
Like I already start telling people, well, we've been married 18
Like going
years.
on, yeah.
Like I've already been telling people for 6 months we've been married for 17 years.
Right. Well, it's going on. You round up, you round up. It feels like we've been married for our entire life.
I swear.
Yeah,
Good and bad.
Yeah, good and bad for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's kind of talk about that. Like what would be if you were to give somebody that is fresh into marriage one tip on how to deal with the bad in your marriage? Because we're all going to have it. I mean, it's just part of it. What would your tip be?
Oh my gosh. Do I have to give just one?
No.
Oh. Definitely communicate. Man, when we were first married, within our five years, I would say even 3, our first 3, we just like did not communicate at all.
Yeah.
Like we would just be mad at each other for weeks and just not talk.
And not
And,
resolve.
I mean, we would still kind of parent. I mean, we weren't really like living for Christ. We weren't saved, but we just did not talk. Like we didn't say, hey, what's wrong? Or, hey, what's bothering you? Or, what's going on? Well, like I don't even think we really asked each other, like, how was your day?
Right. Yeah.
Like I think it was just kind of like we both worked full-time jobs. We had Lee at the time, and it was kind of just like all right, well, I'm here. Like, let's eat dinner. And
yeah. Well, I think, it being so young, we're 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that a lot of that just came with maturity.
Yeah. We were in our early 20s.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. Lived in that apartment, that little bitty apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy.
And that was only for like 6 months. And then we got a house.
Yeah.
And we thought we were like, yes, this
just
is it.
Balling.
Like out of city limits.
Yeah.
Like we could just do what we want.
And it's crazy. It almost feels like, I start thinking about that every now and then. I think back to that apartment, and it's so weird. It feels like a different life ago.
It does.
And it just kind of every chapter of our moving, it feels like is just a complete different, chapter or book in our life. And it's so crazy to even think about, the apartment and then our first house and then moving to our second house, then moving here. It's like, it's crazy that all this happened. I mean, it feels like we've lived an entire lifetime in this just 17 years of our marriage.
Yeah.
Because we went from, in school being in church and then drifting away from church and then getting really bad into partying and then finding our way back to God and like all these different things. So it just seems like different lifetimes.
Yeah.
In this such a short period of time.
Right.
So one is communication. I like that. Okay.
I mean, I would definitely, of course, put God first, but I mean, that's not always like the go-to. I mean, even Christian couples, married couples have problems.
Right. Right. Because you can put God first and not communicate with one another, and it's just not going to work out.
Yeah. But
That's
I think
a good one.
We really, really turned a corner when when we really, really just surrendered our life over.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like okay, like, is this like going to be our lives? And then we kind of I don't know, like God sort of changed our lives like slowly but surely. Like we were like, all right, we're just going to surrender our lives, jump right into ministry. And then it just kind of took off.
Yeah.
Like, we had a different house. We had Zeke, and then all these blessings kind of just fell into place.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's almost like like one chapter just boom ends and then the next one began, and it was almost like, when we said, you know what, God, we're going to get serious with you. Like we're going to step into what you have for us. And it was like at that moment, we just drew closer to each other as well.
Yeah.
And I know for me, I started seeing you differently,
Yeah.
than I did. I started seeing you as more than just, hey, this is the person that I'm married to. This is the
Yeah.
mother of my kids. But I looked at like, this is the person that I am soul tied to.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I knew from a very young age that I felt that, but I didn't always act that out. I didn't always believe that. I knew I felt it, but I didn't believe it.
Right.
And then I just started seeing like, man, God, like not only is this my wife, is this the mother of my kids, but this is somebody that you have knitted me to, that you have sent to me to help me through life, to be to be a real partner. It took a long time. I mean, we had our ups and our downs and our mess ups and all that, but it really did. It was a big moment of being able to say, all right, God, you know what? This is somebody that not only has been there for me, but it has many times has shown me him through you.
Yeah.
Just your love and your grace and your forgiveness and all those things. So, it's just amazing how God can use. And I think a lot of times that's what it is the person that's closest to you. He will use the most, so being able to accept that and being able to see that in each other, it takes a lot, but when you really let that in, it's amazing to learn and grow with each other.
Yeah. And saying that, God I was thinking about it today on the way home, and I was just like, man, like I remember being separated, because a bunch of people don't know this. Well, I don't know. They might know this, but I always tell the girls at work, like me and Michael was separated for, we actually was just like, all right, I don't want to be around you. So we'd leave, but we were actually separated for about 6 months in our marriage. And I was kind of thinking about that today, and I was just like, man, like there's a lot of people that don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember to myself thinking, I fell into such a dark place, like depressed, like I wasn't even being a great mom. Like I would just sleep on the couch and make sure Lee had enough, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then like go back to sleep. But I was such in a dark, depressing state. And I remember going out to the graveyard because my grandpa had just passed away.
Yeah.
And I was like praying. I was like, God, like if this is meant to be like my marriage, like just show me, or, put something in my spirit that makes me know like this is for me. Like we're not supposed to be divorced.
Yeah.
And I remember the ice storm hit, and it was when you were kind of like you came over and you were just like hanging around, and I remember you just kind of like patting me on the back and like, it's okay. Like, cause we were freaking out. It was the ice storm. We were like, there's no electricity. And I was just thinking, all right, like just you being there for me. I was just like, okay, I don't want him fully out of my life.
Yeah.
Like I know he is at the moment, and I know he always will be because we had a child together. But me thinking, I was just like, one, I would not be good in the single life anyway. Like it's always been you. Like, and I knew that. Of course there was like, other guys, like, yes, we were, teenagers, but it's always been you. And I knew that. And I think God kind of just dropped that in my spirit when we were kind of mending things in our separation.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, like one, this is just not for me. And there would be times where I just cried, and I was like, I want to leave him. Like I know my flesh wants to leave him.
And rightfully so.
Right.
And rightfully so.
Right. And people don't think that. They're just like, oh, okay, well, it's over. But we really did have to work. Like we had to work at it, and we had to fight for it. And that's just the ugly part of going through marriage.
Yeah. It's fighting with each other and fighting together.
Yeah.
Because it's going to happen in every marriage. If not, please let us know. We want to, please coach us. But I think every marriage is like that, but that's the beauty of it, is that you come out on the other side of that and you realize, hey, this person is in for the long haul. And that connection, can't be broke. That's an amazing, beautiful thing. And it's crazy. And yeah, during that separation, well, and not a lot not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people know even just that side of me.
Right.
Just that dark side, and that my friends used to laugh because they call it my alter ego, but that's really what it felt like. It's like, it's a person that I'm not proud of. It's a person that I'm not. Like, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know, that's not who I truly am. But the fact that you were able to see that and still love and forgive and still be connected and still want that, because we could have always been great parents separate from each other.
Yeah.
But we're best together.
Yeah.
Like, you bring out the best in me. You make me want to be the best in me, and hopefully I do the same,
Right.
you know, for you. But I really do. I think that when we're together, it's something that's so special, and that, like, a lot of people are searching for and looking for. Not a lot of people find it, you know, unfortunately. I think we many times we settle or we look for it in the wrong places and the wrong things and the wrong people.
Yeah.
Or maybe we give up, you know, too early, you know, when somebody's going through a dark time in their life, and we just kind of throw them out and, you know, we don't even battle with them.
Right.
And sometimes that's hard. It's a difficult thing to do, you know, but, you know, when it's that person that you feel like you're soul tied to and connected to, like, it's worth the fight. It really is.
Yeah.
Fight. I'm not saying, you know, let somebody just run over you your entire life, but you fight until you know, okay, look, I've got no more fight to give.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah, because I remember saying, all right, we're just going to have to really, really, you know, I can pray all day long.
Yeah.
God, put my marriage back together. God, put my marriage back together. And as long as I'm not putting in the work
right.
For both of us, like you and me, then, I mean, he's like, I'm trying, but you're going to have to do something
Right.
too.
Yep. Sometimes
So-
you're the answer to your prayer.
Yeah.
Say, God, I need you to send an answer. He's like, I did. That's why you're there.
Yeah.
You just got to do your part, you know? Yeah, that's good.
And it comes to, like, I see this all the time with kind of like the people that come into my life, or women, or, you know, teenagers having relationship problems, because we've been in youth. I always see, oh, well, you know, how many times should I forgive them?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's really not the answer.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's not the question. It's how much do you want to forgive them? Like,
Right.
yes, of course, we show grace and we show forgiveness, and we're the poster children of forgiveness. So it's like that's something that needs to be prayed about
Right.
severely. And, you know, you need to ask yourself that.
Yeah.
Because I know, you know, me and you, when we went through this, it was kind of like years long
Yeah.
of just horrible, horrible stuff. Just not caring what each other thought, you know, not knowing where each other was, or what the other was doing, or, you know, and it was kind of like, all right, like, how much do you forgive this person, or how long can I deal with this?
Right.
How many years can I go on with this? This isn't something like, am I going to be married to him forever and go through this? So it's almost like okay, God, well, you know, pick us back up.
Yeah.
Let's go through it again. Let's give it another try. But that's what I always tell them, like, that's up to you and God,
Yeah.
you know.
There's no definite answer to that. Yeah.
Right.
It's not like, 72 times.
Right.
And then on the 73rd,
Yeah.
like, you know. Yeah. And I think as long as that other person is willing to change and grow and
Yeah.
you know, and meet you in the middle, like and you feel like, you know, it's worth that fight, then do it. Like, forget what everybody else says. Forget what everybody else thinks. Like, I always hated that too, is when people try to give you relationship advice that don't really know you.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so interesting.
Right.
You're not even like,
You don't even know.
you're not even close to me, but you want to give me relationship advice. That's because you're not that important in my life. I don't know why you're even trying to speak into it. So it's so weird. You know, but you'd get, girl, no, you need to leave him. It's like, but you don't know the ins and outs of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, of course, if you ask somebody's opinion, you want their opinion, but you know, that is a thing between you and your husband or your wife, you know, is, hey, are you willing to change?
Yeah.
If that's yes, and I'm willing to forgive, let's go. Let's move forward.
Right.
And I feel like a big thing too is in relationships is once you both, it's mutually decided, hey, we're going to move forward. That should be the end of it.
Yeah.
We're moving forward. Neither one of us is going
Right.
back. Let's move
Right.
forward from here. Slate swipe clean. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's move forward. Like I think that's a big deal is couples will say, all right, well, we're going to move forward. But then
Yeah.
when a tough time hits, they bring up
Yeah.
the thing that they
Yeah.
said they're moving forward from. So it's like, you're not really moving forward. You're
Right.
just, you're holding on to that.
Yeah, you're holding on to it. Until something blows up
Right.
and you're letting it out.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's not growing.
Right.
That's staying where you're at,
Mm-hmm.
but putting more time, in your relationship, but still staying
Yeah.
because your heart is still there because you haven't laid it down. You haven't forgave. You haven't, done any of those things. So your heart's still there. It's just more time has gone by.
Yeah.
You're not growing. You're still stuck right there. So I think that too, is being able to say, all right, you know what? We're going to leave that there. I messed up. You messed up. Whoever messed up, that's okay.
Right.
Let's move forward together.
Yeah.
Because you're both going to fail
And
in the marriage.
and almost instantly, you can say that, but if you're not putting actions
Yeah, right.
in,
Right.
then all right,
Yep.
they didn't take it to heart.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because I'm a big that was one thing with me. I was always like, oh, you can say sorry all day,
Right.
but if we're not changing, if nothing changes, then nothing changes.
Right. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that too. And and I'm guilty of it as the next one is saying sorry for something because you want the argument over instead of
Yeah.
sorry because I want, I'm sorry, but no, sorry, please stop yelling and being mad at me.
Right.
Like that's not achieving anything,
All
that's
right. I'm
just-
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So what-
almost like a I love you, and then you don't really show
Right. Anything
the
to
other person you love
Yeah.
them.
Yep. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So in raising kids as a mother, one or more pieces of advice for anybody looking maybe to have children or that are new in having children? Like what's your one piece of advice for how to balance your marriage and being a mom?
Oh gosh.
Ooh, bars. Come on.
Always take those date nights.
Oh my goodness, you ain't lying.
Always take those
Oh, man.
date nights.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I say day weekends. If
Right.
you got
if you can. If you got
can. Yeah.
Yep.
Man, that for sure.
Because you don't realize you need them until you get it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, we needed that so bad.
Yeah.
Like I know that's hard for us with jobs and ministry and pastoring and kids and all this kind of going on. But it really is. It's so important. We got to do that Saturday, just kind of go and hang out, go to the mall and go
Yeah.
out to eat and just hang out for a little bit.
And we laughed.
Oh my
so
goodness.
much.
It's like just refreshing. It's like a
Yeah.
reset to
I was like, oh, okay. That's why I love him.
I'm
just kidding.
Funny.
But
more,
it is.
more date nights. Gonna have to have more of that.
Yeah. But it is. It's nice to just sit and say, all right, what's been on your mind?
Yeah.
Or just vent to someone.
Yeah.
Because during the week, like you said, we have ministry and kids, and the kids have activities and
Yeah.
sports, and we both have full-time jobs on top of that. And so it's just really hard to make that time.
Yeah.
Like we can sit down and have dinner, and yes, that's kind of some time to talk, but it's not, because we'll have to just sit down, eat, and then it's like, all right, bath time, bedtime,
Right.
homework. I have to get stuff ready for, the next day.
Yeah.
So it's just it always goes by really fast.
Yeah. And I don't know how like couples with kids do it without like help,
Yeah.
without, I know we have Mama Julie,
Yeah.
to help us out. And every now and then we'll ask her, hey, can you just take the kids? And we just want to go and hang out together. And every now and then it's like pulling teeth, to get her to do it. But it's such a blessing to have somebody that you trust, that you know that loves them, that will just say, hey, you know what, let me take them for this Saturday, and y'all get to go and hang out. So I just want to encourage any couples, like, try to make that happen. Try to find time for each other, because we focus so much on the kids and their needs and their needs and their needs that our relationship is just getting further and further apart without us even knowing it, you know, because we're not able to spend that quality time with each other, because we may think, you know, the 2 hours after work that we sit down and eat and talk a little bit is quality time, but sometimes it's not, because you got the kids running in and they're jumping on you and they need this and they need that, and you got bass and you got all these things. That's not real good quality time between you and your spouse.
Yeah.
You need alone time with each other. You know, just like I try to make time for each of the kids where it's just me and them. Yeah. You know, like me and Bubby will play basketball, or me and Sissy will color or do something that, you know, play with her toys that she wants to do. And me and Lee have just the slew of things that we do together that you need that with your husband or your wife also, where you two have something. It's not a family outing. It's not a family day. It's a you and your spouse. Mm-hmm. That is it. So just make sure you carve time to do that. You know, I've counseled a few couples, and that's one of the first things.
Yeah.
Because everything goes down from there. That is the umbrella, is your relationship with God, and then your relationship with your spouse. Everything else trickles down from that. So your relationship with your kids, it's going to come from that relationship. You know, they're watching how you're treating your wife. They're watching how you treat your husband. They're watching that love that you two have for each other. So that's a huge, huge part of.
And I just like it's almost like when we're together, it's like we're back in like our young days. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The good old days.
I almost said 20s, but I just talked about how bad that was. So, but it is like, because they have this stigma of like Christian married couples that are in ministry that you can't go out. Like, don't try to have no fun. You know what I mean? So I just think for us, when we get together, it's just that, you know, that liveliness that, all right, let's go have fun. Yeah. You know, wherever we're at. Yeah. We just always have fun and just laugh and bring up memories and talk about the future. And
well, even just walking around the mall, and we're goofing around, and we're, you know, talking about stuff. And we're like, I think we went to the mall and got like 4 things, but the whole time we're just walking around being goofy and talking about the kids, and talking, like you said, talking about the future and dreaming together. Yeah. Like there would be nights where we would just go to Menards and just dream together.
Right.
Like, oh man, yeah, we need to do this to the kitchen and this to the bathroom, and you know, just dream together and have a good time, like, and walk out with nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we can't afford that right now. We can't, but we're just dreaming together and just connecting and kind of turning your brains off, while also connecting your hearts together a lot more. Yeah. So that's always a beautiful thing, being able to do that.
Just sitting, I mean, even on the way there, like, just
that's
listening
some of my
to
favorite
music
yes,
and talking. And
that's some of my favorite time. It's just like,
or going out to eat and just sitting there.
Stopping at Dunkin' and trying a new coffee together. Like, it's so fun. It's like, okay, because we've had some bad ones. Was it the flat white?
Yeah.
From Starbucks?
So.
Oh, it was brutal. Mm-hmm. Oh, so bad.
But and, you know, being open-minded to that. Yeah. Because, like, you could hate coffee, but I love coffee. Yeah. But you're still willing to go, you know. Yeah. Go and spend that time. Right. So, you know, husbands and wives also need that. Just open-minded. Like, I don't really care for basketball, but if you were like, hey, I want, you know, to go to this game, and I'm like, all right, let's go. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one too. It's just compromise. Yeah. It sounds like such a bad word, you know? Yeah. Like compromise doesn't mean you have to give up something. Compromise means that you meet that person where they're at. Yeah. Okay, so how many shows have we ended up getting into because you liked it? Right. And I'm like, okay, I'll sit down and watch it with you.
and then I get into it. I didn't get into it because I liked it or I found it interesting. I got into it because you liked it.
Yeah.
Now those things might have came along. Now I start getting interested in it, but I started it and stuck with it because it was something that you like. Because usually you'd be, 6, 7, 8 episodes in, and then I come along. You're like, well, here, let me start at the beginning, and then we watch it together. And I think that's a huge thing that couples are missing.
Yeah.
Is that compromise with one another, is saying, you know what, I may not like this. Matter of fact, I may really not like this, but it's something that you're into. I mean, how many times have you sat and watched me play a video game? You could care less about what's going on in the game, but you'll just sit there, or you'll even encourage me, hey, play the game.
Yeah.
Because you know that it's something that I enjoy doing.
When you get drafted by the Celtics.
That's right.
And we celebrate.
We celebrate like we're going to Boston, babe.
Woo!
So, yeah. That's a true story. That has happened multiple times.
I text the girls at work, we're going to Boston. They're like, what? I'm like, Michael's got drafted by the Celtics.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's something else we talked about in men's meeting. Again, this is something that I said, so I could share this.
They're going to get you when they
know.
listen. Oh, they're going to get you.
I was talking about going fish. I was like, dude, I caught like a 15-pounder. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And then Richard's like, you did not catch a fish. I said, yes, I do. I know it was 15 pounds because it said so on the screen. It said 15 pounds. It was on Animal Crossing. And they all bust up laughing. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I know you're not lying up in the church.
I caught a 15-pound fish. It was just on Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Everything he says, if it's fishing or golfing, it's usually on a video game.
I am good at golf.
No, he's not.
Okay, I just had a bad day that day.
You've had several bad days at the golf course.
I'm so ready. I'm starting back this year. I'm starting back this spring.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I might go get a membership. I probably not, because we ain't got membership money. But
you're so stupid.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go. What? I'm gonna go.
Oh,
it's going down. Getting that older age.
I'm gonna go and just watch. You suck.
Just talk crap the whole time.
Yes.
That's messed up. That is messed up.
Yeah.
You see, this is what's wrong with our relationship.
Don't listen to us. No, we don't know what we're talking about.
Erase everything that we've said so far.
Oh, this has been fun though.
Yeah. So what do you look forward to as we're closing out? What do you look forward to the next 5 years of our relationship, of our marriage?
That's a good one. I don't know.
Me getting gray hairs.
Oh, yes, I cannot wait.
I know you talk about it every day.
And when you're my silver fox,
it's going to be a while.
I look forward to the moments we get to spend together.
Yeah.
Because I know we just opened a church and I know it can get crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't yet. I mean, kind of. I don't know. We're just used to it. But, with the future coming and what all visions, we have for it is going to be awesome and amazing. But I'm going to take in those small moments we get to spend together.
Yeah. And those
and travel together and.
Yeah. Like these kind of milestone moments in our marriage and in our family's life. Not only our extended family, our church family, but our family here. Like there's some big stuff that, Sissy's going to be graduating kindergarten.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, Lee's going to be graduating college.
Yeah.
I'm going to be graduating college, hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Just all these huge moments that kind of our whole life has led up to.
Yeah.
You kind of start seeing these things come to pass, and it's like, this is crazy. And just being able to do it with you is just such a blessing and such an amazing thing, because you help me especially just appreciate life that much more. Where it's not just these things happen and that's great, but like really appreciate, like there's times where I just sit. I was telling Richard today, just last night, watching you come home from work, go to Cam's game, come home, make sure the kids had dinner, because I worked at the church all day, and then I went to men's meeting, make sure they had baths, and not one time did you complain or nag or, man, I could use some help in here, like, and me just taking that moment in and just seeing how amazing you are as a wife and as a mother is just like, it was one of those moments I saw. I'm like, Rich, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to just see and to be connected with this person.
Oh,
like it's awesome.
Are you just saying that because it's Valentine's
I love
Day?
you. No, I told him that today. I did.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, thank you.
I love you.
Happy
Happy Valentine's Day, boo.
Well, you don't get to say that, and I don't get to say nothing. What?
Oh.
No, I look forward to taking in the small moments with you and just sitting in it. 'Cause like I was thinking about this today, that, that scripture that says life is a vapor.
Yeah.
I'm probably paraphrasing it, but, just thinking of how much has passed over the last 17 years.
Yeah.
And I've always tried to take it in because I don't want to take it for granted. But just now that our lives have changed, like Lee's in college and we planted a church, and I don't know, it's just the little moments count so big.
Yeah.
And every time I see you up at the church or up on, stage preaching or doing ministry or outreach or men's meeting or all that, it just makes me love you even more, because I know you're reaching other people. I know you're doing what God's called you to do. And I don't ever want you to think, oh, well, they resent me for that, because I know our family's called. So I don't ever, want you to think that, because I appreciate you so much more for doing that. And I love you.
I love you, boo.
And you're an amazing husband and father, of course. Duh.
Oh, God.
But
thank you.
That was just something I was thinking about today, being Valentine's Day. And
yeah, because this was your idea to come and do this episode.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, and any of our listeners, man, whether you've been married for years, whether you're newly married, whether you're thinking about it, whether you think that it's so far away, just really find that person that God has for you. There's a reason why connection is so important. There's a reason why your marriage is so important, because it's the person that you're going to walk through life with. It's the person that is going to know you, good, bad, ugly, inside and out, more than anybody. So connect with that person that God has for you. It's so important. Well, we love y'all. Now you get to hear Rich.
What do you mean?
All right. We love y'all.
All right, thanks for joining us today, guys. If you don't have a home church, come check us out at Remnant in Malden, Missouri. You can go to our website at remnantmalden.com to find out anything about our church that you want to know. And if you don't care, to go to any podcast platform that you use and rate us, give us a like, share. Love everybody.